Hello, everyone. Relationships can be a journey of ups and downs, twists and turns. But what happens when the road gets rough? Join Counsellor Debby as she takes you through a time out with couples, families, friends concerning the hearts of the matter.
I believe that every story matters and every heart deserves to be heard. Let's take a time out and discover the heart of the matter with Counsellor Debby.
Starting on Saturday, every Saturday, 8 a.m. For adverts and sponsorship, please contact 026 381 6967. Thank you.
Hello, beautiful weekend to everyone out there. Happy weekend, happy Saturday. I want to welcome all our viewers out there that are always on the lookout for this time out with Counsellor Debby. Want to appreciate the comments, the messages that has been coming in. We really appreciate the feedback we are getting. Thank you for following. I'm your favorite host this morning, Counsellor Debby. It's always promises to be an exciting time with Time Out with Counsellor Debby. And I think it's that time now you have to pick up your phone, call your friend, call your neighbor, call your colleagues, call your neighbors, even your customers, your clients. Tell them it's live right today on Time Out with Counsellor Debby. And one of the beautiful things we are doing in this show is to provide platform for couples to openly discuss relationship challenges, also to offer expert guidance, strategies to improve relationship, also to promote healthy communication, conflict resolution, and intimacy building. These are some of the important things that we need to know as couples, as young ones. And one of our values in this program is to bring life every Saturday. Our fathers and our mothers that are gone on this journey for many years on this journey. Today, before I bring my guests who are here already with me in the studio, I will just give you some few tips as couples, what you can do to enhance one another intimacy. One of the things we can do as husband and wife is to practice gratitude. How do we practice gratitude? We need to appreciate one another. A kind gesture to give each other a little bit tap at the back to encourage one another. Those are one of the things we can do that can make our intimacy to keep building up and to create connection and bond among one another. Also, another thing we could also do is to appreciate and support each other's goals. So if you have a goal, you have something you are passionate about, I think it's time for you to bring it to the table. Discuss it with your spouse, and as you discuss it with them, you'll be able to find an headway. Today with me in the studio, I have couples that have gone on this journey for the past 48 years, and it's still counting many years to come. And my favorite adage is, if you want to save father, it's only by you standing on the shoulders of those who have gone ahead of you. I also said last week, and I think it's something we have to say again, that a wise man learns from his own mistake. A wise man learns from his own mistake. But a wiser man learns from others. So when you stick to learning, I'm sure you are going to be learning so many things to enhance your relationship, your family. I'm going to be bringing on board, but before I bring on board, I'm going to just say some few things about our father and our mother that are coming on show with us. I have with me in the studio today Reverend Abraham Imoro. He enrolled at the Northern Ghana Bible School in 1973 and he graduated in 1975. I think I was not even giving birth to that time. I was still in heaven, so that's a long time. You know, Daddy has been on this journey to learn and equip himself as a servant of God. And the good news is Daddy had just recently retired, and yet he is not tired. He's still doing the work of the Lord. And one of the things he has also done is he graduated in 2001 with a Bachelor of Arts degree in Bible and Theology from the West African Advanced School of Theology, Lomé, Togo. Also, he also has a master's. He also has a master's of art degree course in leadership and mission with Bethany International University in Singapore. So to me, in the studio today, I have Sir Ama, Abraham, and Esther Umoro. Viewers, join me as I welcome them to the show this morning.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Daddy, thank you for
Thank
coming.
you so much
Mommy,
for
thank you for
Thank
coming.
you. We
I know Saturday is a day that it should be resting day, but
Definitely.
you have made out time sacrifice to come and share out of the knowledge God has given you to have out there, and everyone is passionate to learn from you.
Okay. Thank you very much.
So they say ladies first.
Ladies first. Okay. That's okay.
This is Ma Esther Umoro. This is the strong pillar behind our father. They say behind every successful man there is a strong woman. Mama is so strong, has been helping mom, dad in the journey of his pursuits in assignments and ministry. Mommy, thank you for coming. Thank you for all that you have been doing. We appreciate you so much.
Thank you.
And Daddy, thank you so much too.
Thank you.
We'll welcome you once again to
Thank
ZAD
you.
TV.
Thank
We
you.
are grateful.
Okay, so to begin with, these are some of the usual questions you've been asking our couples so that we can know how they started, how they are going, and we know there are still many more years ahead of them. So we'll keep still sticking our clothes beside you so that we'll keep learning from you.
By God's grace.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you too.
Emma, please, I would like to ask and start with you. How did you two meet? We are so passionate to know how the journey begins because everybody says the glory now is so wonderful. But how did they start? So we want to know that.
Okay, I met this young man.
Hey, young man.
When he was a student at the Northern Ghana Bible College
Wow.
at Kumbungu,
Wow.
that I met him.
Wow. 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 Dad, do you want to add anything to that?
Okay.
That was the year 1974.
Wow, that's quite a long
Yes,
time ago.
before that we saw each other the first time.
Wow.
And then
Wow.
so I just proposed and she agreed.
Wow.
And so we had a wedding on 76.
76.
Yes.
Wow. Wow.
26th April 1926.
Wow. That's
76.
Yes, that's quite a long time.
Yes.
That's quite a long
40
time.
About 48 years now.
48 years. It's not 48 hours, oh.
Eh.
Viewers out there. It's not 48 days, oh.
48
We are not
years
talking
plus.
about 48 months, oh.
Yes.
48
years.
years. So in 2
plus.
years' time, we are going to be celebrating with dad and mom. They are going to be spending their 50 years. In fact, I think
Yes.
ZAD TV, we are going to be having a
Okay.
special
Thank
wedding
you.
anniversary for them by the grace of God.
Thank you. Thank you. We are
Okay, so we also want to know how long did it take to say yes to daddy? Because I know, especially when the proposal comes, it's always posed on the women to go, oh, is either go and pray, or what's your response, or what do you think? So, Ma, how long did it take you to say yes?
It took me some time because when he proposed to me, I told him to give me time to think about it.
Okay.
So it took me about some months because I wanted to pray and then God will give me the right direction to take. Then secondly, I wanted to know where he was coming from. Then thirdly, I want to know the background of the family. So it took me about 4 or 5 months before I say yes to him. Then our friendship started.
Viewers out there, I hope you can hear that.
Okay.
She said she needed time to pray. She needed time to know where he was coming from. And not only that, to know the background. So, you know, we keep saying that on a journey that you don't know what the tomorrow is going to be like. You can't underemphasize you going to God, irrespective of your religion or your belief. Because we believe God created unions and it brings men and women together to start on a journey. So it's very important that you go before the Lord and ask. And sometimes some people, they are only praying also. They are not watching. Maybe maybe the person is just beside them. So we watch and we pray. Maybe you have prayed long enough. I think it's time for you to begin to, you know, open your eyes to be able to know. Maybe is that your colleague, maybe is that your old classmate, or maybe is that your friend in the church or in your neighborhood, in your office. It could be anywhere. So we should always learn to pray. Prayer is very, very important. You see, because she prayed, and I'm sure God, we all know the positive response.
Yes.
That's why God has helped them. That's why they've been able to go on this journey for 48 years. That's so amazing. That's so amazing. So I'd like to ask, please, what were the difficulties encountered during courtship?
Okay. You know, as I proposed, and for her to take 4 or 5 months, it was a type of difficulty. Because asking for something and then you are not getting the answer in time could be something stressful or troublesome. But I had the patience to wait until finally she said yes. That was the only difficulty.
Okay. Ma, did you have any, from your side, any difficulty during the courtship?
No, but you know, it's during courtship that we get to know each other very well. So I took my time to study some things. But by the grace of God, there wasn't any difficulty during our courtship.
And you know, something about courtship is, there's this idea that says that a broken relationship is better than a broken marriage. Yes, because if you are going on a journey with someone and there is no agreement and there is no possibility of future, I think it is wisdom you cut it before you go and say, yes, I do. So that's why you see what Ma said. She said during courtship is a time where you have to know each other. During courtship is a time where you have to discover. So it's not a time of only just cuddling one another in the secret or going to do irrelevant things. No. It's a time of knowing. And information and knowledge is very powerful. And if you find out that from your finders, it's not looking like it. Like some people that are married these days and they are having turbulence and worrisome marriages. Some will say, oh, we saw red flags. We saw red flags. Some of the red flags could be, oh, this man, oh, when he gets angry, the whole place will scatter. In fact, he can slap, he can hit me and all that. If somebody you are not yet married with is doing that, doing courtship, you should know there's fire on the mountain. What do? You run. So we know every union has its difficulties. But if you are so sure, you have prayed and you are convinced, you know that no matter the challenges, there will always be a way out. Thank you so much. Ma, I would also like to ask you, because I know when women want to get married, there's always this long list. I want my husband to be tall. I want him to be handsome. I want him to be rich. In fact, he must be working in a bank. Some might say he must have his own business. All the lists are so long and numerous. But I want to ask, what were the long lists that you had? And secondly, were the long lists, was it actually met? Was it the ideal man that you had desired from the list when you eventually said yes and you were about to know him more, as you said?
My long list, number 1, I was looking for a God-fearing man. Secondly, I was looking for a man who is humble, a humble person. And then thirdly, I was looking for a man who I can lean on whenever I'm in trouble or when I have a problem, he will have time for me. And my expectation was met.
Wow.
Really. Among humble people,
he's one of them.
Yeah.
And among people that will take care of me In time of my troubles and trials, he's number one.
Wow, that's romantic. Yeah. In fact, I personally, my family, we can attest to it because God's grace, we have known this family since 2010. And I must say, in the northern region, as we talk about the ministers of God in the northern region, especially in Tamale, God's servant retired Reverend Abraham Imoro
Thank you.
among, with all humility and privilege that has been bestowed upon him, is among one of the humble servants of God I have seen. In fact, I remember last year I had a program tagged Couples Timeout. In fact, we've not started Timeout with Counsellor Debby on the TV. And I invited Daddy as one of the special guests of honor in that program.
Thank you, I remember.
It will amaze you that Daddy was the first person to get to that program.
Yes, I was
And
there.
since 2010 that we've known Daddy, if you are doing any program, you call Daddy, Daddy will always show up.
Thank you.
In fact, it's so amazing.
Thank you.
And I know that if every one of us, if we avail ourselves, we can covet good things from
you.
people that we see. You know, we have read so many things in books. We have read so many things from histories, biographies. People we didn't see face to face, but we believe some of those things. But in our own lifetime, we have seen people that are actually living like what is expected. And one of the things I've also discovered from the couples I've been bringing to this program is I say, oh, everybody wants a man that fears God.
Yeah.
That's so good. I'm sure as we are looking out for men that loves God, we also are looking at, men too should be looking out for women too that fears God. Because I think it's so rampant. Every woman is looking for a woman that fears God. I hope the women too, you are also fearing God, so that it makes it a balance. If the man fears God and the woman also fears the Lord, wow, it makes it such a beautiful union. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
So I know that the expectation was met. Yes,
My
already.
expectation was met.
And Daddy, do you want to add a top up to that?
Okay, before I get to this one, you know, you asked of the challenges.
Yes.
Both parents agreed. You know, sometimes there could be a difficulty.
Difficult. Exactly.
One family will accept and then the other family will refuse.
Yes.
But we didn't have something like that.
Wow, that's good. That's good.
So
That's good.
everything is just okay.
Okay, wow, wow. Because I remember one of the couples we bought some times ago, it was a problem for them wanting to accept the man.
Yes,
because the man was from the northern region. They said, oh no, this, that. But eventually it's actually...
We were lucky our parents,
that's a happy story to hear.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, also because one of the beautiful things we are doing about this program is we are modeling for the upcoming ones.
Okay.
Because the upcoming couples, some people are just 2 years old in marriage, they are 3 years old in marriage. And, you know, they want to know how you handle some situations in case there are difficulties and disagreements and in conflicts, because we believe no matter how beautiful the journey is, we always disagree to agree. And sometimes there are also conflicts between every relationship, even amongst parents to children, amongst husband and wife, even colleagues in the office, boss to, you know. There's also want to know if it happens, how do you handle it? I think I would like Daddy to go first.
Yes, I will start and then my wife will end up. You see, you know, when you marry and you want to live for long, you have to have the same bank account. In the sense that the money that comes in, the two of you should know. In that case, when the money is finished, then the money is finished. But if you are always keeping your money side by side, sometimes the money will finish and then the other one will not. So that is one thing. And then the second thing too is, according to the woman, you don't have to eat with your wife in the same bowl. But I find it good and then better. We eat together. We converse and then we sit by each other. But according to some custom, you don't have to sit by your wife this way. So the youth around, the culture around this area is that. And then the third one too is it's not difficult for me, even when we quarrel. And then some people are coming in. We'll just pretend as if nothing. And then
that's wisdom.
Yes, when they come in and then they go, then we frown our faces. And it's not difficult for us to. You wouldn't just open your mouth to say, "Oh, I'm sorry, honey, I'm sorry." This, no. But you just begin conversing and then trying to crack jokes.
Wow.
So if you find it easier to say I'm sorry, then that will be better. Because by all means, sometimes we will quarrel and then some disagreements will come in. If I am the offender, then I will have to find a way of just reconciling. So these are the three things I know that can help marriage to. And then be praying for each other. Be praying for each other. Then if you have a family, always come together. And then if the mother says something, the father too should say the same thing. But some women, sometimes they will say, if your father comes, I'll tell him, instead of just going ahead to discipline him, making the father a tiger, and she is not a tiger. Okay, that's just a few I know.
Okay, I'll let Matt top up before I give my summary on that.
Like what Daddy said, really, Daddy is a man who easily forgets. And then he's a man who always say, I'm sorry. Because he wants peace to be in the house. So always, when there's any conflict or something, at least something small, and I'm worried, he will find a way of making me happy so that the whole house will be happy. Because if the mother is not happy, the whole house, trouble day. So he will make sure what to do, and I'll be happy so that there will be peace in the home.
Wow. Yes, from what they both said, and said if you want to live long in your marriage, then it's good for transparency. The transparency communicates in the opening of the same account. Because they say when there is no money, there is no romance. There is no romance when there is no money. Because when the woman is hungry, the children are hungry. Even if you are saying I love you at that time, it will be entering here and be coming out. I tell you. But if it is obvious and known to the woman, this is what we have, and at the moment, it is plenty, it's not there, the woman will be able to understand.
Definitely.
But if you are not transparent as a husband, and the woman too, if you have your own, you are keeping it. So I think we need to look at that.
Sure.
And Ma also says something that if she is not happy, he would always do everything to ensure she ensures that she is also happy. Because why? When mommy is not happy, in fact, the entire house, even if she's cooking, if she's cooking, they're cooking, women, we cook out of love, wanting to serve the family. And when there is no joy, in fact, the food might not be, so, you hear that the guy is saying that if care is not taken, the woman can mistakenly, the food might not even be in good condition. And the children too will not be happy. And when the children are not even happy, they can't even concentrate in their studies. So it's very, very important that we actually have to put all those things into consideration, because it's very important when the house is healthy and the atmosphere is peaceful. In fact, you can think well. You'll be productive. Ideas will come to you. In fact, God can speak to you. God, you will be able to hear God. But when the house is tense, when there is tension, oh no, there will be lots of problem. And you know, Daddy also says something that they eat together. Eating together as couples is not a sin. In fact, I think I was talking to a couple. He said they do everything together. They eat together. They sleep together. They bathe together. They do everything together. And you see such couples, you see they will become friends. And when you are in a relationship, in a union or a marriage with a man and a woman that you are friends, I tell you, even though there might be little bit shaky at some point in time, but there will be peace all around. And when there is peace, everything seems to always work out there. Because peace, you can't buy it in the market.
No.
Some people, they have all the money, but there's no peace at home. And when there's no peace, there's always turbulence in their home. That's why you see some men, they will close from the office, but they are not eager to go home. Why? Because they know when I get home, trouble again. That's why you see some people, they will go to the drinking bar. They will just be drinking and drinking while they wait their time. They have turned the home into a dormitory where they just go back home and they want to sleep. Even some, they don't want to eat the woman's food again because of some issues. So thank you for this great nugget you have given unto us.
Yes, and then some credit too. Since we married about 48 plus years ago, never have we, have I beaten her or she beaten me. Never. Nothing like that. We can only exchange words. But to touch, that's the work of some of these upcoming
yes. And I think it's honestly, and I think it's lack of discipline.
You see?
I think I once heard a man of God illustrating it like this. He said, any man that eats his wife, that means beating his wife, seems to be a madman. Do you know why he said so, Daddy?
No.
He said so because as a man and woman, you have become one. You are no longer two.
No.
So when you are beating your wife, that means you are beating yourself. If you are walking on the road and you are just beating yourself, you say, is this man, is he okay? So before that woman makes you hungry and you want to eat her, or that man makes you angry, you want to eat him, think about it. Viewers out there, this is a message, a very typical lesson we can all take today. If you are eating someone, especially your wife, that you have become one with, then that means you are eating yourself. And if you are eating yourself, you know it's somebody that is mad, that is in his right senses, that can do that. Because actually it is really happening and it's really affecting a lot of homes. Even though if you come together again to say sorry and all that, the memories will still be there. Even if you are laughing, if that thought comes back to your mind, say, oh, see this man, we are not laughing together, but he was beating me before. And this woman, he was beating, you know. There's also some women that they are the ones that are even always eating their husbands. So it's not about men alone. We have some women that they do that too. So whatever it is, if it's either way, we are just admonishing, we are advising, we are encouraging you that you can taste from it. And you know, I was also reading a book, and this woman was talking about those people that takes alcohol or that smokes. Oh, they feel, oh, I've been drinking alcohol all my life, even though they tell them the people that smoke, it's dangerous to your health, and they are drinking, and some of them, their lungs, their kidney and all that are being affected. But yet they will say, oh, since I've been taking it, the kidney is affected, so let me keep taking it. And that woman was making us understand from that book is that it takes you to just stop. If you stop, as you stop from that act, as you stop from that attitude of taking alcohol, of taking this, gradually in 4 months, in 5 months, your organs will begin to take shape again. So in case you have been beating your wife, don't say, oh, we have been beating each other for long, we have been fighting for long, so let's just continue. No, you can stop it. Whatsoever thing that you are doing that is not right, just take a bold step to stop. All it takes is to stop. And as you stop it, you are being intentional about it. Before you know it, there will be transformation.
Right.
So because we desire that everyone listening to us on Time Out with Counsellor Debby, you know, I told you that anytime you are coming to this show, take your pen, take your notes, so that you can jot down some things, because we are here to learn, unlearn, and also relearn. So thank you, Sama, for that words of wisdom that you've given unto us.
Okay.
And I want to add more to what Daddy said.
Go ahead, ma.
I took Daddy as
My playmate. So when we come to our house, even our children, they know us to be playmates.
Wow, great.
Sometimes they will
Just
come
teasing and then
teasing each other.
Wow.
Daddy will come and ask me, Mommy, what have you prepared? I said, I haven't prepared anything. Then he will ask me, but why? I said, today I'm not going to cook. He said, any problem? I said, because of your own cook. But if it is because of my children, I will cook. So our children, they could see that the playmate to their daddy.
Wow.
So that also helps us, and our house is always
lively.
very well.
You being humorous, it's even good for our health. And even the Bible says, a merry heart doeth good like medicine. You see, some of these sickness that people are having, their kidney, they can sometimes it's through bitterness, anger, resentment, strife, and all these things. But in fact, they said laughing is therapeutic. I was going through one course one time. They said if you laugh, in fact, you will live long. If you laugh, you will have a beautiful face. Sometimes it's not the powder, it's not the makeup that makes you beautiful. Just put a smile on your face. As you smile, you look so beautiful. You look young. And somebody said the way you frown, you will get old on time. Can you see the way Dad and Mom are looking young? We are actually seeing the secrets of why
I'm almost 80 and she's almost 70.
God, this is great. See how Mom is glowing.
It's just by the grace
It's the grace of God. So enough of this yelling, enough of this nagging, enough of this shouting and fighting. It's time for us to take a change. Oh, in fact, even if we stop here today, we have learned so much. We are so grateful for all this. We are still learning and we'll keep learning. Thank you for all that you have shared with us today. So we can see, in fact, I think that has also answered my next question. I wanted to ask before, how great is the intimacy? And what advice do you give to viewers in order to create intimacy? You have heard it all. Mommy have said it. She takes that as a playmate. And the fact that you are spouses does not mean you should be, especially the father in the house, you should not be a tiger. Some fathers like this, when they are coming home, that's when the children start running helter-skelter. Starting to put things together. Because the lion, when you are not there, is coming. Oh, please, let's be approachable. Let's be loving. Let's be patient. And let's be kind and gentle with one another. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Also, in fact, Dad and Mom have actually popped in some of my questions already. I wanted to also ask them, how do you both handle issues when one hurts each other? Who says sorry first?
Yes.
So Dad had also said that.
Any of us can say
anybody can say that.
But mostly it's Daddy.
It's Daddy that always say.
For Daddy, he doesn't keep anything for 5 minutes.
For 5 minutes.
You know how for women, sometimes I will just keep quiet for some time. But Daddy will just come, Esther. Then I will just, so that we will continue our journey again.
The last guest also said so. Hey, I think we need to applaud our men. Those are men that are doing great. We need to applaud. In fact, I was asking the woman last year, I said, women, why are we always like that? I think we need to learn from our men. Because I think it's one of their makeup. You can see when a man and his friend, they can fight themselves right now. They can blow each other and even fight. In 30 minutes time, they are talking again. But women, why are we like that? Yes, some small talk, not even fighting. Hey, Some will keep it maybe 5 years. They won't talk again. I think we need to learn from them. As for this one, we give it to the men. We give it to the men. They are really doing it because hey, everybody wants his peace. And he said, "Blessed are the peacemakers." So I think it's very, very good. Very, very good. So my next question will also be like this: that what are the challenges in raising children? What are the challenges?
Okay, let me begin and then my wife will end the question. You see, as for children, you know, we've been reading the Bible and Bible says we must keep our children, we must do that and do that. That one, you always have to have God in the middle. You will have to do your best. And when the child is doing something wrong, as I said, you, the mother, just go ahead to stop the child, or you just rebuke the child or something. But if we leave the child to be doing that and then you say, when your father comes, I'll tell him, it means you are making the father the keeper of the house. So let each of us just do our best and then raise up our children. We have raised both biological and then spiritual children, and then other children from our families. We have raised all of them, and luckily for us, they have all done well. They are all good, and then they are all doing their best. So as for that one, you just have to hand over everything to God. God will help to train up the children. God will help to bring up the children. And you as parents always pray for them. And then in that case, you are able to raise them well. If you have something to mention now.
So ma, you can do your hand up.
And what Daddy said, prayer is the key. Because prayer being the key can open every door in the home. And we need to also, as parents, we should live an exemplary life for our children. Maybe you tell your child that if you go to school, don't steal your colleague or your peer's pen or book. You, the parent, don't be a person who will always steal. You tell your child not to gossip. Let the child see it in you. Don't gossip about anybody. Whilst the children are there, they will grow up to be gossipers. So we, the parents, we have to set an example for the children in training up the children. Like Daddy said, we are lucky by the grace of God. God help us, and then we are able to raise our children. We have 6 biological children. By the grace of God, God have helped us, and then the other children too. And always we have trained my beautiful 4 ladies. And God being so good, they are all married to pastors.
Wow.
So that one alone, I thank God. I always thank God for the way God has raised our children.
Fortunately for us, they are all Christians.
They are all Christians. And the 4 ladies, that's the first one is Ladi, Fusena, Rebecca, and Hannah. They are all married to pastors.
Wow.
So we are grateful to God.
Wow. That's so great to hear. You know, so that means there is one voice in training the children. One voice. It's very important because Daddy is not saying A and Mommy is saying B. No. Because it's very important. When there is one voice, it actually helps in the training and the receiving of information, even from children. And you also, or viewers out there, you heard when she said that whatever you are doing, the children are watching. Because it's very important. I remember when I was doing my master's, one of the psychologists author we studied was, I think it was Badura, which says that children learn by observation.
Very good.
By observation.
By observation.
So talk is cheap. If you are saying do this, are they seeing you doing that? If you are saying your children should pray, are you praying?
Are you praying?
If you say your children should go and read the book, are you on the laptop playing phone, using your phones? you know, and the children, and the children are saying, like Mom also said, if you are gossiping, you are.
Always the
The children also begin to do that. So it's very, very important that there is a good relationship between the parents and the children, and it's very important that sometimes the children too can be crafty. Some will go and ask mommy first for something, and when mommy says no, I went to a program and the man was using that ideology for. He said the children, they will wait. Immediately the man comes, they go and meet the father, say, Daddy, we want it. Because the man is tired, just coming for you, say, okay, go and take it. Go and do it. So later the woman will now say, but I've told you that. And I say, Mommy said, oh, the man now say, hey, you these children, you are being smart of it. So anytime the children comes first to ask the man now, the man will first go and ask the woman, have they asked you? What did you say?
So that they will all say the
so
same
that they
thing.
will always say the same thing. You know, children are so smart and they can be so tricky.
Yes.
So it's very important. So what I think from your conversation, I think there is good relationship between you and the children.
Yes.
And it's
God has helped them.
and in fact, as we talk, Dad and Mom, their first son is the present superintendent of the Assemblies of God Northwest. You know, it's very great when you train up your child in the way of the Lord, and those that feared the God Almighty, their children do well in life. That's one of the things I've been observing from people that we have been bringing. But the last guest we had, their son is a medical doctor, the other one, so all of them are doing well. So it's very important as parents, as couples, that we give attention to our children, because in raising them, they are our future, they are our tomorrow. So it's very, very, very important that we take utmost priority in the raising of our children.
Thank you.
So like my next question is still money matter. Would like you to share with us, sir. They say money matter in marriage is very, very important. Like I said, when there is no money, there is no romance. And there is this adage that says that men's money is our money, but women's money is their own money. We've been hearing different views. We also want to hear your view. But to add up with it, we would also like you to share with us, when there's no money in the marriage, because we know sometimes there is no money, what are the things that you do so that people out there can learn? Because I know there are times that the father don't have to, the mother don't have. And so would like to know that.
Okay, so let me begin. You see, according to, I'm talking about some people.
Okay.
When the man is inside the chamber, counting his money, then he hears the footsteps of the wife coming. He will either brush the money under the bed, or he will sit on it. He doesn't want the wife.
Wow.
And the same thing with the women too. When they get money and they are counting, then they hear the footsteps of the man. Then she will say, that troublesome man is coming. He's Yande coming. And then she will also put the money somewhere. But we are a little different from that. Sometimes, so you may get some money. As I said, we are spending from the same, not that we have the same bank account, but when she has money, then I know. And when I have money, then she also knows. And sometimes when my money is finished, then I can join her to. But we buy things. She will buy this and I will buy that. And so whenever, has it ever happened? I don't know. But whenever I am short, then I can take some soft loan or something from her, and she can also do. She may also do that for me. But the question is saying that when
there is no money, Hey.
That one. Okay, our children too are grown,
Good.
and sometimes
Okay.
They support.
they support
Okay.
us.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So there's always a way out,
A
and
way.
sometimes not my biological but spiritual.
Their children
They just
too.
come in. Dada, they have just appreciated me in my church. This envelope for you.
As a seed.
As a seed.
So that we pounce on that till we get money again from somewhere.
I think I can just summarize that is cooperation.
Cooperation,
When
yes.
there's good cooperation between the man and the woman,
Yes.
the finances in the house go smoothly.
Smoothly.
There won't be somebody hiding out.
No.
There is transparency. There is openness. So,
Definitely.
like someone said, if the woman knows that there is money, that's when she'll be bringing the big list. She wants to buy everything in the world. That's when she will remember, hey, I want to buy this shoe. I want to buy. Women, they can spend. So it's very important.
Okay.
And also from what he said, even sometimes you see people coming to give him. That's why it's very important that we invest in people.
Yes.
Daddy has been someone that has invested in lives,
Definitely.
not because of monetary returns. No, he was doing it wholeheartedly, just to serve the
and
Lord.
Today,
and today,
just umbrellas over
you
me.
see what God has
Protecting me
been
from
doing.
the sun.
So
Anytime at all I'm out, one will just come in. Dada, this. At Christmas time, come and see. All over.
all over,
All our spiritual children
Yes,
will come in with
from
something
all over.
to appreciate.
Some from Boko, where, and even some in the overseas.
wow. We thank God for your life.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, I also want to ask, how do you handle forgiveness in marriage? Because marriage is also defined as two forgivers
Yes.
coming together. And even from the two books, I'm sure we should not sleep over our hunger.
Yes.
So our forgiveness
Yes.
is sometimes not easy, especially some odds that are not small ones. So we want to learn how do you handle forgiveness in marriage?
Usually, we forgive and then we forget. But sometimes somebody will say, "I've forgiven you," but the
Inside,
yes. The one time they were doing the reconciliation in the court, and so they asked one man, "Have you forgiven him?" Then he said, "My Lord, I have forgiven him, but it's paining me as I'm forgiving him." But in our case, we just forgive and then we forget.
Wow.
Because we are to live till the Lord takes one. So definitely when you forgive and you don't forget, then your marriage will not go far. But when you forgive and then you forget. Then asa.
Matt, do you want to add up to that?
It's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
When one hurts the other, we just sit down, solve it together, then we forgive and forget. Then life will continue again.
It's
better
yes.
to keep wrongs. Some people, some women can even put it into writing. Some will just put it in their mind for years.
For years.
Years. And then that one day is not good.
Yeah.
So you just forgive, forget, and we'll continue our journey again.
Wow.
Let me tell you something. Somebody, a marriage counselor like you, these people brought their problem. So the marriage counselor gave a piece of paper and a pen to the man. Then give a piece of paper to
the woman.
Told them, you write what the man has
done wrong.
The faults of the man. And then the man to you write
the fault of the woman.
The woman.
You know what? Something interesting happened. Before
less than 5 minutes.
5 minutes. About 2 minutes time, she had already written back and front.
Hey,
Woman.
hey, woman.
When the man did not even go. Pastor, give me another paper. So the man just had to put his pen down. Because he had nothing. Not knowing she was just harboring everything inside.
Wow.
And she wrote back and forth when the man had not even written half
of the paper.
So it's just that we just forgive and then forget. The man did not know she had
kept all that in the mind. Wow, that's so interesting. And that's why it's so important that even sometimes when we hurt one another and we have asked for forgiveness, we should really let it go. Let go. Let go. Because when we keep it, that's why you see when the union is now going on fine and everything is, but when the man or the woman now do something small again, you will not say that's the way you did yesterday. Yes. That's the way. If someone quotes the date, 2000 and you did this, you did that. But if truly you are really forgiving, are you sure you should still have those memories? And you know, sometimes wounds that have been healed, when we begin to bring those words afresh again, it's just like you know, opening a wound that has been healed already, which is not good. You know, we should not hurt one another.
Definitely.
We know it's not easy to actually forgive in totality, but that's who our God is. When He forgives us, He forgets about it. He doesn't even have record of it again.
No.
He has forgotten it. So we too, as children of God, let's also learn to do that. I'm sure viewers, you are listening and you are learning all of what we have been saying. Please, I know your comments are coming in. Keep letting it come in. We are going to reply and we are going to respond to all questions, all comments. And you know, also by the privilege bestowed on us, we are certified counselors. If you are hurting and you have issues with your marriage, you have issues with your union, don't talk to the wrong person. The person you are talking to, maybe it's somebody that is not even happy with you in that marriage. So speak to a professional counselor.
Definitely.
And sometimes too, when we take our matter to some people, even if they disagree, now settled, you are, but they still keep, and when they see you together, even though you have moved on, they can still reflect, oh, look at them. Those were the people that were fighting 2 years ago. But sometimes also, expertise will give you what right thing you should do. So it's very, very important. Oh, we have learned so much from Daddy and Mommy today. It's such a great pleasure having you on the show. Really appreciate you taking out time to come and be with us today. And as our custom is, there's one of our friends, there's an Indian lady that has a supermarket on the other side of the Bulgar Road. The supermarket is Essential Bazaar. And she had supported us by giving each couples that come to this program a shopping voucher. This is from Essential Bazaar to Daddy and Mommy. You have a free voucher to go to the supermarket. When we finish, you just have opportunity to shop and take some of the things that.
Thank you very much. We are grateful. Where did you say?
Essential Bazaar is on the airport road, especially Nobisco Road. Nobisco Road, beside Wooden Restaurant. Essential Bazaar is opposite Nobisco Junction. Nobisco Junction is somewhere that is very, very popular. Just opposite it. And beside it is this popular restaurant, Wooden Restaurant. So it's somewhere, it's just on the roadside. We'll get to the place, we'll also put together. So I want to appreciate you for coming today.
Thank you very much. Thank you. We are more grateful.
So we don't know if you have your last word for our viewers, any counsel, any encouragement for our young couples, what they can take home and what they can hold on to.
Okay, the last word I have for those coming, if you are married, you know, before marriage, you can use only your hand. If you are building a house, you can use the hand. With the trowel, hammer, and whatever. You use your hand. But if you are married, you have to use both hand and then heart. And when you are building a home. So when you are building a home, that is marriage, you have to use your hand. If you are building a house, you use the hand. But if you are building a home,
the hand and the heart. Wow.
So that things will be working.
Wow. This is so great to hear. Ma'am, your last word for our viewers out there.
Okay, my last words is we should be, as a woman, or ladies who are coming, be content with everything. Contentment is very, very important. Because what is in your hand, if you really appreciate it, life will be better for you. But if you don't appreciate what is in your hand, life will not be good for you. So I'm so excited with the man God has given to me.
Thank you.
I'm content with him for his kindness, his patience, and the way he's humble, and the way he's taking care of the family. May the Lord bless him. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, viewers.
Thank you.
It's such a beautiful time to be live with you today on ZAR TV. Time Out with Counsellor Debby promises to be every time an exciting time. So we want you to keep sharing this. We want you to keep telling your friends about it. You know, you can't buy all of this knowledge that you have learned today. So please always make our time. And if you want to talk to a counselor, always also reach out to us. And lastly, there's also a special gift. I've forgotten this gift. There's a special gift from one of our sons. It's a customized basket for daddy and mommy. I don't know if our camera can zoom this for us. Daddy's name and mommy's name is daddy's name is there. Mommy is Esther. Can you see? I don't know if you can zoom it.
Do we stand or
no, sit? You can sit. I don't know. You see, daddy's name is Abraham. This is mommy's name, Esther. Can you see it? Esther is there, and they have done it. And this is daddy's name, Abraham. Can you see Abraham? So this is a wonderful gift from one of our sons that also have given to.
Thank you.
We are most grateful. We are most grateful. May the Lord bless.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. So if you like something like that to give to your wife or your husband on their special day, like birthday, you could also contact us so that you can make a customized basket and give it. Instead, sometimes the pizza you buy is good, but when they finish eating the pizza, they will forget it. They will go and but the basket, they will keep seeing it, and you know, it's such a good. So thank you so much, viewers out there, for being with us today. It's such a wonderful time being with you. So this is your favorite TV host, Counsellor Debby, telling you bye-bye and enjoy your weekend. God bless you. Bye.
Journey of ups and downs, twists and turns. But what happens when the road gets rough? Join Counsellor Debby as she takes you through a time out